Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, make sure to subscribe to stay up to date with all things rare coins. Today, we'll be talking about rare US 1-cent pennies. These small coins may seem ordinary, but some can be worth thousands of dollars. Let's take a closer look at some of the rarest and most valuable 1-cent pennies in US history. The 1988 USA 1-cent penny might seem like an unassuming coin to most people, often dismissed as insignificant in the daily hustle of transactions and pocket change. After all, with its low value, it can feel like just another piece of currency in circulation, barely worth a glance. However, for dedicated coin collectors and numismatists, the 1988 penny is far from an ordinary coin. It is a prime example of how small details, minting quirks, and historical context can make a piece of currency much more valuable than its face value suggests. To the casual observer, a penny is just a penny, but to collectors it could be a hidden treasure waiting to be uncovered. The story of the 1988 penny begins with a look back at the history of the US 1-cent coin. The penny has been in circulation since 1793, making it one of the oldest coins in the United States. Over its long history, the penny has gone through various changes in design, material, and size. The most notable change came in 1909 when the U.S. Mint, in honor of Abraham Lincoln's centennial birthday, introduced the first-ever portrait of a U.S. president on a circulating coin. The design, created by sculptor Victor David Brenner, depicted Lincoln's profile on the obverse, front, of the penny. This was a groundbreaking moment in American coinage history, as it was the first time a president's portrait had appeared on a circulating coin, and it would go on to shape the penny's design for generations to come. By the time the 1988 penny was minted, the Lincoln cent design had become a fixture of U.S. currency, with Lincoln's portrait continuing to grace the obverse. The reverse, back, of the coin, however, underwent changes over the years. Initially, the reverse design featured a wreath around the coin's denomination, but in 1959, in honor of the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth, the U.S. Mint introduced a new reverse design. The new design featured the Lincoln Memorial, an iconic building located in Washington, D.C., dedicated to the legacy of the 16th president. The design, created by Frank Gasparo, showcased the memorial in great detail, with its trademark columns and steps depicted in a way that made the coin visually striking. This design would become the hallmark of the penny for decades. The 1988 penny followed the same design tradition, with Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The obverse of the 1988 penny featured the familiar image of Lincoln, facing left, with his distinctive beard and solemn expression. Above his portrait, the inscription "In God We Trust" appeared, a phrase that had been added to U.S. coins during the Civil War era and which had become a standard feature on all coins. To the right of Lincoln's portrait was the word "Liberty," and beneath it, the year 1988 was inscribed, denoting the year the coin was minted. This design was a continuation of the classic Lincoln cent and remained largely unchanged from earlier years. The reverse of the 1988 penny featured the Lincoln Memorial, with its stately columns and detailed architecture. The memorial was depicted in such a way that the viewer could almost feel the grandeur of the building. Above the memorial were the words "E pluribus unum," the national motto, meaning "out of many, one," symbolizing the unity of the states that make up the United States. Beneath the memorial, the words "United States of America" appeared, reminding collectors and everyday citizens alike of the national identity of the coin. At the very bottom of the reverse, the words 1 cent were inscribed, clearly identifying the coin's denomination. While the design of the 1988 penny may seem simple and elegant, it's important to remember that the history of the penny is far from ordinary. The penny has played a central role in the history of U.S. coinage, and the 1988 version is a direct descendant of the designs that preceded it. However, what makes the 1988 penny particularly interesting is the potential for rare varieties and errors. Numismatists, or coin collectors, are always on the lookout for coins that deviate from the norm, coins that contain minting errors or variations that make them special and highly valuable. The 1988 penny is no exception, and it's within the world of these errors and variations that collectors find the true value of the coin point. One of the most significant errors associated with the 1988 penny is the wide AM variety. This error occurs on the reverse of the coin, specifically in the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America. Normally, the letters A and M are positioned very closely together, but due to a misalignment in the minting dies, some 1988 pennies were struck with the letters spaced farther apart than usual. This spacing anomaly created a rare variety of the penny, and as is often the case with minting errors, the rarity of this error drove demand for the coin among collectors. The 1988 wide AM penny is highly sought after, with collectors willing to pay a premium for coins that feature this error. Depending on the condition of the coin, a 1988 penny with the wide AM error can fetch prices that range from several $100s to thousands of dollars. In some cases, coins with this error have been known to sell for as much as $95,000, making them one of the most valuable varieties of the 1988 penny. The cause of this error lies in the minting process. Coins are struck by dies, which are engraved metal stamps that imprint the design onto the planchet, the blank metal disc that is struck to create a coin. When the dies are not aligned properly, it can result in errors in the final design of the coin. In the case of the wide AM penny, the misalignment caused the letters to be spaced more widely apart than they should have been. This error is incredibly rare, and it's the fact that it's so difficult to find that makes the coin so valuable. In addition to the wide AM error, there are other types of minting errors that can make the 1988 penny more valuable. For example, coins with misaligned dies, double strikes, or off-center strikes are highly collectible. A misaligned die occurs when the minting die used to strike the coin is not perfectly aligned with the planchet, leading to a coin with an incomplete or distorted design. A double strike happens when a coin is struck twice by the minting die, resulting in a coin with two overlapping impressions of the design. Both of these types of errors are relatively rare, and collectors often seek them out because they are unique and add value to a coin collection. Another type of error that can occur during the minting process is the off-center strike. This happens when the planchet is not properly positioned in the minting press, causing the design to be struck off-center. An off-center strike can result in a coin with part of the design missing, which may be seen as a flaw, but to collectors, it's a rare and valuable mistake. Off-center strikes are highly collectible because each one is different, making each coin unique. As with other types of errors, the rarity of an off-center strike can drive up the value of the coin. Beyond the minting errors, the overall condition of the coin plays a significant role in determining its value. Coins that are in better condition are generally worth more than those that show signs of heavy wear. Coins are graded on a scale that ranges from poor to mint state, with mint state coins being in the best possible condition. A coin that is graded as mint state retains all of its original details, shows no signs of wear, and has a strong, clear design. For the 1988 penny, a coin in mint state condition that also features a rare error like the wide AM or an off-center strike can be worth a significant amount of money. Depending on the rarity of the error and the condition of the coin, a 1988 penny in excellent condition could fetch anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars. The value of the 1988 penny is a perfect example of how a small, seemingly insignificant coin can hold extraordinary value in the world of numismatics. A coin that was originally minted to be worth only 1 cent can, in the right circumstances, sell for tens of thousands of dollars. This phenomenon is not unique to the 1988 penny. Throughout the history of U.S. coinage, there have been numerous examples of coins that have skyrocketed in value due to errors, historical significance, or unique features. The 1988 Pennies wide AM error, for example, is one of many rare varieties that demonstrate how even the most common coins can have hidden value. The 1988 penny story is a reminder of the importance of careful observation and attention to detail. For coin collectors, it's not just about acquiring coins. It's about seeking out those special, rare pieces that set a collection apart. The 1988 penny, with its historical design, potential for rare varieties, and captivating backstory, is a prime example of why numismatics continues to be an exciting and rewarding hobby. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, every coin you encounter could be a piece of hidden history, and the 1988 penny is a perfect example of that. So, next time you come across a 1988 penny, take a moment to examine it carefully. You never know. You might be holding a coin that's worth far more than its face value, or even one that could change your life with its unexpected rarity and value. It's the small, seemingly insignificant things in life that sometimes hold the greatest treasures, and in the case of the 1988 penny, the rewards can be substantial. In conclusion, the 1988 USA 1-cent penny may appear to be just another penny, but its story is far more captivating than one might expect. The penny's rich history, the artistry behind its design, the fascinating errors and varieties it can display, and the passion of the collectors who seek it out combine to make it a truly valuable and sought-after coin. Whether you are interested in the numismatic aspects of the coin or simply intrigued by the potential to find something rare and valuable, the 1988 penny offers a wealth of discovery and excitement to those willing to dig deeper. The 1994 USA 1-cent penny may seem like a trivial piece of currency to most people, often discarded in pockets, drawers, or the bottom of coin jars. In fact, to many, the penny holds little more value than the 1 cent it represents. Yet, to coin collectors or numismatists, the 1994 penny is far from just another coin. It's a part of a deep historical tradition that spans centuries, a tiny artifact that tells the story of the United States, its changes, and the evolution of its coinage. What is truly remarkable about this unassuming penny is that while it may be worth just 1 cent to most, to a collector who understands its intricacies, a single 1994 penny can be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. It all depends on its condition, its rarity, and whether it possesses any unique characteristics or errors that set it apart from the rest. To understand the value of the 1994 penny, it's essential to first explore the rich history behind the coin. The penny, or 1-cent coin, is one of the oldest and most enduring pieces of U.S. currency. Introduced in 1793, the penny has gone through several design and material changes over the years, each change reflecting the social, political, and economic climate of the times. Throughout the centuries, the penny has undergone numerous design revisions, but by the time 1994 arrived, the coin had settled into a pattern that collectors recognized and understood. The most significant design change, and the one most closely associated with the penny, came in 1909 when President Abraham Lincoln's portrait was introduced on the obverse, or front, of the coin. This was a monumental moment in U.S. coinage history because it was the first time a president had appeared on the face of circulating currency. The design, created by artist Victor David Brenner, portrayed Lincoln in profile, with the word "Liberty" and the date inscribed alongside his image. Above his head was the phrase "In God We Trust," which had been added to U.S. coins during the Civil War. The 1994 penny continued this design tradition, with Lincoln's iconic image appearing on the obverse, as it had for decades. However, the reverse of the penny had also undergone changes over the years. In 1959, the design was updated to feature the Lincoln Memorial, a symbol of Lincoln's enduring legacy and an architectural masterpiece located in Washington, D.C. The new design, created by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, was introduced to mark the 150th anniversary of Lincoln's birth. The Lincoln Memorial was depicted in all its grandeur, with its stately columns and imposing steps, elements that made it one of the most recognizable structures in the nation. This new reverse design was used for several decades, including on the 1994 penny, continuing to serve as the iconic symbol of the coin until 2009, when the U.S. Mint would introduce a new reverse design to mark the bicentennial of Lincoln's birth. The 1994 penny was made of a copper-plated zinc composition. Prior to 1982, pennies were made from pure copper, but the rising cost of copper in the 1980s led to a switch to a cheaper alloy of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. The switch to this new composition meant that the penny's weight was reduced, and while it still retained the same appearance as previous versions, it was far less costly to produce. The 1994 penny was part of this new era of penny production, though it still retained all the familiar design features that collectors had come to associate with the Lincoln cent. When you hold a 1994 penny in your hand, the first thing that stands out is the design. Lincoln's image, with his distinctive beard and solemn expression, has remained virtually unchanged for over a century. Above his portrait, the phrase "In God We Trust" remains a constant feature of American coinage. To the right of Lincoln's portrait is the word "Liberty," a reminder of the nation's values. Beneath the portrait, the year 1994 is inscribed, marking the coin's date of minting. The reverse of the coin is equally familiar, with the Lincoln Memorial depicted in great detail. The phrase "United States of America" is inscribed at the top, while beneath the memorial, you find 1 cent, clearly marking the coin's value. E pluribus unum, the national motto, is found just above the memorial, serving as a symbol of unity. While the 1994 penny may seem straightforward, there are several important factors that make it noteworthy in the world of coin collecting. First and foremost, collectors often seek out coins in excellent condition. In the case of the 1994 penny, most circulating coins are subject to wear and tear, and it's common to find pennies that have been heavily circulated with visible signs of age. However, coins that are well preserved, particularly those that have never been used and are in uncirculated condition, can hold a greater value. These coins are often referred to as mint state coins and are typically graded on a scale from 60 to 70, with a grade of 70 representing a perfect coin with no visible flaws. A 1994 penny in mint state condition could be worth more than a typical penny, even though it was produced in mass quantities. While the general circulation pennies are relatively easy to come by, the real value of the 1994 penny lies in the potential for errors. Minting errors occur during the coin production process when something goes wrong, whether it's a misalignment of the dies, an incorrect strike, or a malfunction in the minting machinery. These errors can create unique coins that differ from the standard issue, and they are highly sought after by collectors due to their rarity. Error coins are often far more valuable than their non-error counterparts because they are considered to be one-of-a-kind or extremely rare. The 1994 penny, like many other coins, has its own set of potential minting errors that collectors actively search for. One of the most notable errors for the 1994 penny is the off-center strike. This error occurs when the planchet, the blank metal disc that is struck to create the coin, is not properly aligned with the dies, resulting in a coin that is struck off-center. An off-center 1994 penny will have part of the design missing, making it an unusual and intriguing specimen. These off-center pennies are highly prized by collectors because they are unique, and the more off-center the strike, the rarer and more valuable the coin becomes. Off-center 1994 pennies can sell for several hundred to a few $1,000s, depending on the degree of the error and the coin's condition. Another error that can be found on the 1994 penny is the double strike. This occurs when a coin is struck more than once by the minting die, causing the design to overlap. Double-struck coins are often very distinct, with 2 impressions of the same design visible on the coin. These coins are highly collectible because they are uncommon, and the more pronounced the double strike, the more valuable the coin becomes. A double-struck 1994 penny can fetch thousands of dollars at auction, especially if it is in excellent condition. Additionally, there are other types of errors that can affect the 1994 penny. These include die cracks and die breaks, which occur when the dies used to strike the coins begin to wear down or break, leaving visible cracks or flaws on the surface of the coin. These die errors can add a unique characteristic to an otherwise ordinary penny, making them stand out to collectors. Although these errors are not as dramatic as off-center strikes or double strikes, they can still increase the value of the coin, especially if the die cracks are particularly large or prominent. The 1994 penny is a perfect example of how even the most common coins can become valuable when they feature rare errors or are in exceptional condition. While most people think of pennies as inconsequential pieces of currency, numismatists and collectors see them in a different light. For them, the 1994 penny is a gateway to discovering hidden treasures in their coin jars or during their searches for rare finds. When the right penny comes along, whether it's a well-preserved mint-state specimen or a coin featuring a minting error, it can be worth thousands of dollars. One of the most notable and sought-after error varieties of the 1994 penny is the wide AM variety. This error occurs on the reverse side of the penny, where the letters A and M in the word America are spaced farther apart than usual. Normally, the A and M are positioned closely together, but in certain 1994 pennies, they were struck with extra space between them. This subtle but noticeable difference makes the coin highly desirable to collectors, who are willing to pay large sums of money for a penny that displays this error. In some cases, a 1994 penny with a wide AM variety can sell for tens of thousands of dollars. Depending on its condition and the rarity of the error. As collectors continue to search for these rare 1994 pennies, they are finding that there is a growing interest in these coins. The value of these coins is steadily increasing, as more and more people recognize the importance of finding unique or rare specimens. Whether it's a double strike, off-center strike, or wide AM error, the 1994 penny offers a fascinating opportunity for collectors to uncover hidden gems that are worth far more than their face value. The rise in demand for error coins, especially those from the 1990s, only continues to increase, and the 1994 penny stands as a testament to the ever-growing world of numismatics. In conclusion, the 1994 USA 1-cent penny is far more than just a piece of copper-plated zinc. It is a symbol of American history, a reflection of U.S. coinage traditions, and a valuable treasure for collectors. From its historical design to the potential for rare errors, the 1994 penny offers a wealth of opportunities for those who are willing to look closer. Whether you're a seasoned collector or a newcomer to the hobby, the 1994 penny is a coin that can open the door to discovering rare, valuable specimens that are worth far more than their original 1-cent value. So, next time you find yourself holding a 1994 penny, take a moment to examine it closely. You might just be holding onto a small fortune. As we wrap up our deep dive into the two rare and valuable U.S. pennies, it's clear that even the most unassuming coins can hold incredible worth when they possess unique characteristics or rare errors. From the 1994 penny, with its potential minting flaws like off-center strikes and double strikes, to other special varieties that attract passionate collectors, these coins remind us that numismatics is a treasure hunt full of surprises. If you enjoyed learning about these fascinating pennies and the world of rare U.S. coins, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Your support helps us bring more engaging content like this to fellow coin enthusiasts. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!